Oh, you want to do a recording now?
Just 1 minute, tell me about Srila Prabhupada.
Okay, sit here.
Yes.
Because I have not so much voice, you have to come close.
Okay, Mataji.
Srila Prabhupada came in Paris
Yes.
in 72.
Yes.
But I was only 15 years old, not even 15. I didn't know India and Krishna consciousness and Prabhupada. I know nothing. I was Christian. But there was a fire in the park in Paris city, Jardin du Luxembourg. There was a fire. And because I was a scout girl, I was Christian, I was attracted. What's going on? There is fire. So I walked by, and there was a gathering with a lot of people around the fire, a lot of people. And I was very young. I was curious. And I thought, because in the close circle they were shed head, I thought they were Buddhists, because I didn't know Vaishnavis.
Yes.
I only knew Protestant, Jewish, Muslim, Christian, and Buddhism. I thought it was a Buddhism meeting. But Prabhupada was there, he was talking to the crowd. You want equality, fraternity, so join this movement.
Very good.
Only in this movement you can find that.
Very good.
But this movement, I have no idea. And he said, disciple means discipline. Because I was from a strict Christian family, I was used to discipline. And
Yes.
I knew disciple means discipline. I could understand that. But then there were some drops, and Prabhupada, I didn't know it was Prabhupada. He stood up and he left in the middle of this fire with all the devotees around and all the tourists and people around big circle. He just left. And he looked at me and I felt as if he could see my soul. I felt very shaken. Prabhupada, it's like grabbing my soul. It's like waking me up. I felt very uncomfortable what I'm doing here. And he left and it started raining and I went back home. I was living in Paris and I was wondering what's happened, you know. I felt like there was something more than my body. I felt what I'm doing, who am I, what I'm doing in this world. All sorts of questions start in my heart, in my life. I start reading all books on Lobsang Rampa, which is Buddhism, and I didn't find the mood of this festival. So near my house I received an invitation to go to meditation.
Meditation.
So I went to that meditation and they told me, if you want to be initiated, you have to bring flowers, incense, a handkerchief, milking. I went there and they gave me a mantra, but it was Maharishi Transcendental Meditation. It was something else. But at least I started becoming strict vegetarian. I started reading Bhagavad Gita, even though it was not Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita. I started the mode of goodness, starting transcendental meditation morning, noon, evening. And one person from the transcendental meditation brought me to the temple.
Very good.
It took some years. I was older at that time. I was 17, 18. He took me to the temple Rue Le Sueur, and there I found again these people in
Very
orange.
cool. Jai Shri
They were
Prabhupada.
not Buddhists, they were devotees.
Very cool.
And this big Radha Krishna temple, I was stunned by the deities. It was another world for me. I was going then alone on Sunday afternoon to the Sunday feast, because my parents would not let me go anywhere. So I had to have permission only Sunday afternoon. I became 18, the law changed in France, I became an adult. I could leave my parents, and because I wanted to be a teacher, I was living near the teacher training class, École Normale d'Instituteur. And there I would go to the temple on Sunday, and I would be strict vegetarian, and I start reading. I bought all the books of Prabhupada. I start reading. I had also a record, Radha Krishna Temple in France. It's called Goddess of Fortune. So chanting the mantra, studying, and still teaching. And then finally, when my parents went in holidays, I left everything in the flat
Very cool.
and I joined the temple. But there, I felt so sheltered because it was raining, and the devotee, no, stay here, you are not going like this so late in the night, stay sleeping there. They put me in the library upstairs, and there was books all over. And I start reading the first canto of Bhagavatam. And at 3:30 in the morning, they came in my room, hey, get up. I was just starting sleeping. I had read so long. And they say, it's time now, take your shower. I had never woken up at 3:30 in my life. They woke me up, they took me in the shower, they put a sari and tilak, and they turned me into a devotee. Yes, the devotees there. They made me come to Mangalati. And there, I think Lochanananda was there on the bhajan with the harmonium. And I was in front of the deity and I was hearing this beautiful voice. Lochananda is a disciple of Prabhupada, my god brother. And he was singing and I started crying. It's like
What is the name of this god brother?
This devotee is a Prabhupada disciple, Lochanananda.
Okay, Luciana Ananda.
He's in US now. But he was at that time in France. And he was chanting bhajan, and I was so happy, it's like I felt now I'm back home, I am at home, so I will stay here. So I went back to the headmaster of the school with my tilak sari. Now I'm resigning, I have a vocation, I will be Indian missionary, I will not teach anymore. And they were all shocked. And my parents, traumatized. And I left everything. They would all come to the temple to get me back. Preach to me, preach to everybody. So I said, can I go on Sankirtan? So the temple president said, okay. He phoned to Brittany. There were a Sankirtan leader party there. And he agreed. So he said, okay, it's a trial period. You go for 3 months, and if it's not okay, you come back for training Bhakti program. They sent me to Brittany. There was a farm there, and Gokul, I don't know how they call
Bhakti
it,
Vedanta Manor.
Aditi.
Bhakti.
Now in France, Brittany, French Brittany. Aditi and her husband. And there I met all the Sankirtan party and the girls' party. They had a truck and a leader, and I start traveling with the girl party, distributing books in villages, chanting, praying, and giving Krishna consciousness to everyone. And I start distributing a lot of books. So then Bhagavan at that time was the regional secretary. Bhagavan, he was phoning the result so that Prabhupada get the scores, Sankirtan book distribution. And he would say, oh, Veronica did that, Richard did that, Rambijay, different devotees, because we were distributing a lot of books. Prabhupada was very happy when he heard the scores. And then the leader told us, Prabhupada is saying that you are getting the blessing of his spiritual master.
Hare
That means the blessings of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Sarasvati. You see, he's here.
Yes.
Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Sarasvati was showering his mercy, Prabhupada said, because he wanted all these books distributed. So like this, we were distributing books, and I remember also at the beginning when I was in Paris, they asked me to clean everything, and they would send me on Harinam in Paris, distributing prasad. And when I would come back from Sankirtan, I would sit down near the Vyasasan, and I would chant for Prabhupada. I was doing kirtan for Srila Prabhupada. And when I got initiation, 77, for the festival, it's called All Saints, in French, La Toussaint. We went to New Mayapur. I got my initiation, and my name was Krishna Kirtan.
Krishna Kirtan.
And I was thinking, oh, my Prabhupada, he heard me when I was singing near the Vyasasan. Now he's calling me Krishna Kirtan. I was very happy. I was very
Prabhupada
happy.
knows.
Indrajumna Swami jumped in the air, Krishna Kirtan. For him it was a beautiful name.
Hare
He jumped, everybody Haribol, Haribol. And when Prabhupada left, we all had to come back from Sankirtan to Paris Temple. At that time it was Rue Le Sueur. And we were in Paris. And Prabhupada had left. But for me, I was always serving Prabhupada in separation. I was always praying to Prabhupada, please, Krishna, if you so desire, cure our Prabhupada. Because Prabhupada was very, very sick in Vrindavan.
Mm-hmm.
And we prayed for him to recover. But Prabhupada left finally. But for me, Prabhupada was always there. He was in my heart. I was studying his books. I was hearing his class, his kirtan, his conversation. We had many recordings. And so we were always serving Prabhupada, always thinking of Prabhupada. There was only one authority. Everybody was following Prabhupada. So there was no fight, no tension, no problem. Everybody agreed. They were serving Prabhupada. So it was very wonderful because even though Prabhupada had left, we still felt his presence. Even though Bhagavan had removed the photo of Prabhupada and had sat on his Vyasasan in Paris, I was horrified by Bhagavan's behavior because he thought now he was the new Prabhupada. He thought he was the guru. He was not qualified. So we remained faithful to Prabhupada. We went on studying his books and serving his mission. And we hope Prabhupada will remain in the center of ISKCON. We pray for that all the gurus humbly follow Prabhupada's instruction. and do what Prabhupada wants, not what they want.
Yes.
I'm praying for that. New Mayapur Prabhupada wanted a village with cows, with a school, with little cottage for all the Grihasthas. So I hope one day we will have 50 cows here.
Yes.
One day we will have cottage with so many Grihasthas and a real school for the children.
Sure.
This is what Prabhupada wanted.
Very good, Mataji.
Namaste. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji,
I'm your
for a
servant.
kindly bless and you told about Srila Prabhupada.
Prabhupada is
I'm
my
very
life
lucky,
and soul.
Mataji. I have heard everything about Srila Prabhupada, and you have so many things realized. So I'm very happy
Prabhupada, only
hearing
Prabhupada.
about Srila Prabhupada.
And we want